You'll have to excuse the bad lighting. My light bulb above my head is dying, and it's flashing, and it's kind of A, give me a headache, and B, freaking me out. So, let's get on to the video. Hey guys, Crystal here, and I was going to talk about D&D today, but I'm not 100% sure how long that video would be. And I've got some other thoughts in my head that I also don't know if they'll make a full video, so we're just gonna do a vloggy sort of thing today. This is not planned, and I don't know how it's gonna go. So this is my week so far. This week, I had D&D fun times with my friends. Now, I haven't updated the storytime part of my channel yet, because I have a video that introduced my new character that kind of felt a little weird uploading now, because it's like the before the blue, so it's like different compared to the other videos. I don't know. If you want to see the actual storytime episode of that video, let me know and I will upload it. There was a bit of character whiplash because the new character is also gone due to some misunderstanding with the GM, and my old character is back, kind of. She is pretending to be somebody else, but the party still knows it's her, and this has led to our poor paladin getting very, very sad because his friends keep leaving him, and everyone keeps leaving him, and there's a lot of heavy feelings that I don't know if I can manage in my game. Like, this is the kind of campaigns that we run, me and my friends, where emotions seem to happen. It's like our characters are real people and they have real feelings. But I feel like I'm having a little bit of a difficulty managing or dealing or whatever have you with those feelings this time around, mostly because I feel like it is my fault that there are feelings. I feel like I can, saying that, I feel like I can kind of theme this video toward managing expectations. The expectation was my first character, Phoebe, went through an ordeal. She had to assess herself out, so she left and was going to come back weeks later or however long with new purpose, and everything was going to be fine. The reality of it was that her party, even though she was very, very sure that her party hated her, her party, especially Baj the Paladin, missed her. And it's that reality that I'm kind of having a rough time with, because there are consequences to actions. And yeah. Oops. So I feel like I am trying a little hard to fix my mistake, and part of me feels like that's going to come across in the game, because it's kind of like a more dramatic mirror. Because Phoebe, if you've missed this video, it's above my head, where I talk about how she died and her feelings and how well that went, where it's like I have no purpose. All of my entire life is now in flux because of thing X. So I am now super depressed. I cannot handle my depression, so I'm just going to leave and figure my shit out. And now you have Baj, the paladin, was like, everybody is leaving me. Everybody, like, I make friends and they leave. It just reminds me of my trauma that I still haven't dealt with. And now I'm having to deal with it. So now I don't know how, I can't deal with it, so I'm just going to be really depressed. I feel like that's an oversimplification of what is currently going on with Baj, but Baj is not my character, and I am only getting that feeling off of what the player behind the character is presenting forward. So if I'm screwing that up and oversimplifying to the point where it's incorrect, please comment down below, because I know you watch these videos. Trying too hard to fix the situation, I can't. And emotions have consequences. At the same time, though, we got to fight a gigantic 200 square foot cube that was eating all of the life in the area, not too far from home. And I got to. We beat it. We kicked its ass, and it was fun. And then we got to meet a bunch of little tiny bird people and make a deal, and it was super cute. If you want more details on that, comment down below, because it's still part of my plan to do a D&D storytime video. Another part of my week, this week, was more Project Incarnate stuff. I am currently working on chapters 20 to 26. Yeah, that's a lot of work. I just got, just a few days ago, / a week ago, / time is weird soup, I got a pile of notes back from my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful friend who I love and respect, and, feel really bad that I'm like, hey. So, see, I always feel bad about how other people feel. My level of anxiety and self-deprecation and am I hurting my friends is always at a all-time high every day, to the point where I constantly question what I'm going to say at all times. Anyway, so I'm currently rewriting those chapters, and when I say rewriting, there is at least 4 of those chapters in that pile that do require a full 95% rewrite, especially the one I'm currently working on now. I am working through all of the chapters, and then I'm going to go back and edit all the chapters. So the amount of work I have to do is nuts, but I love it because I love writing Project Incarnate so much. There is something I'm super, super proud of. A very visual scene, and I kind of wanted to share it. I'm taking inspiration from all of the streams where Laura Nettles, an amazing horror short fiction writer friend in our community, does. She posts snippets in her stream and gets people to and gets opinions, and we all gush and scream in terror and cringe and just know as we read her little snippets. So I'm gonna try I'm gonna try at 7:30 in the morning, me trying to read the snippet that I'm super proud of. So the context, a little bit, is Elizabeth is in front of a fire-breathing dragon god. Okay, we if you don't know who Elizabeth is, more cards and descriptions and stuff will be around. I have mood boards and tags and stuff all about my characters. Elizabeth shielded herself with her arms and closed her eyes, bracing herself for a pain that never came. A cacophony of sounds ripped around Elizabeth as the sheer unbridled force of the torrent burst open the entrance to the dragon's lair, sending long cemented boulders rocketing into the air and down the sides of the mountain. The flame did not just pass over her, but through her, the end of which enveloped her, wrapping her harmlessly in a warm cocoon. Dancing shades of vibrant orange writhed in front of her vision as she opened her eyes. She could still hear the crackling flame as it brushed around her ears, but she couldn't feel it. The only heat she could feel was the pulsing discomfort of the mark on her shoulder being filled in further. With a tentative slowness, she reached for the wall of flame, the shell around her, but it made no contact. Instead, her fingers merely slipped through unharmed. Confused, she stepped through the wall of flame, watching it cascade around her like water. As she stepped clear of it, it began to die, sinking down to the ashy floor until it was little more than a ring before snuffing out entirely in wisps of wafting smoke. That is my happy snippet of me of this magic fire that has hit her. It was supposed to be a flame that literally, it didn't burn her, but it burned everything around her. And I did not like the idea of my character, A, walking around naked, and B, having no supplies until she found the rest of her party. Which would still be problematic because her sister is smaller than she is, so it's not like they could share clothes. There was ideas for a magical backpack, considering I do have magical containers in my story, where I have my one mentor character. He has this briefcase that is refrigerated so he can keep his portable blood bags cold, so he can, have road snacks. But I kind of fell in love with just the idea, like just the visual of this just writhing egg-shaped cocoon. I think I still have a little bit more work to do on that scene, but I still really do like it. So, yeah. That's how that's been going. On top of all of that, I am also starting classes again. For those of you who don't know, I'm taking the later half of my creative writing course that I started a couple years ago. And you have 3 years to finish it, and I just never did because of all of the things that have gone on in the last few years. As we know, there are a numerous list of stuff. But I was finally able to take them thanks to some wonderful, wonderful folk. I'm currently taking Grammar for Writing Professionals. That's what it is. And Writing for Publication. Those are the 2 courses I need left to take, and I am taking them. That kind of leads to more expectations versus reality. Where in my college that I'm going to, this is all online based, BT dubs. It talks about, learning the publishing industry standards and manuscript preparation and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, cool. That's exactly what I need to know, because we recently, or not so recently, found out that I know very, very little about the publishing aspect of the writing process. More cards will talk about my last publishing journey that went so well. But perusing the syllabus and going through the introduction, because you always say, hello, this is me and this is what I'm expecting from the course, and the teacher goes, ha, no. I learned that predominantly this is going to be nonfiction based, because nonfiction is more understood and more defined than long form fiction. I think there's also like short stories and children's fiction, and like, oh my god, children's fiction, like, I'm not into children's fiction. No offense to children's fiction, that's just not my bag. And so I'm a little disappointed that this course isn't going to be giving exactly what I was looking for. It is similar, and the skills are going to be transferable to a point, and the professor has offered to give me the information that I'm lacking and that the program's lacking should I request it. But there's a part of me that feels like it should be part of the package, or at least I feel like the definitions of what the expectations are for each class should be way more defined before I front the money, because I couldn't decide between that one and writing romance, and I don't want it to be too late. Like, I don't want to drop this class and take the other one only to find out it's too late, and then I can't take another class. So I'm just gonna go with it, since, like I said, like the skills are very transferable. So it's been a little bit of a brain what this morning. Like, yes, I just found that part out this morning, and I guess that's why I started making this expectations versus reality video. And, oh, I'm also taking some classes in Skillshare, because, I was able to get a couple months for free. And there's been a few different classes recommended to me by some friends and some people. So I will be taking them. Because why not just, instead of 2 classes, why not take a whole bunch? I've never used Skillshare before. I don't know how it works, so I'm really excited to do that. And I love learning, and I love taking in knowledge, so I can't complain about the type of knowledge that I'm getting, even if my reality is different from my expectations. I'm not even sure if this video is what I was expecting, but thank you so much for watching. If you like my content, there's probably a hell of a lot more videos that are better than this one. I should really stop making videos at 7 o'clock in the morning when I am, barely caffeinated. This is the me you get this week. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you enjoy my content. Drop some likes for the algorithm gods. Comment down below. If you have any expectations versus reality, or if you got any thoughts, or just want to say hi, comment down below. I do read the comments, and I do reply to most of them, as long as I can see them, because we know sometimes I can't. And there are more. I have more thoughts, plans, plots, and possibly schemes once school stuff is done. There are some videos that might be in the pipeline, but can't talk about those yet because they're not even past the concept stage. But I have plans. Down in the description, all the important social media links are going to be down there, as well as other things if you feel like supporting the channel. I do have a coffee addiction, and there is a link for you to buy me one. I mean, not literally, because it's not connected to like a Tim Hortons or anything, but it's basically called Buy Me a Coffee. I have still tried to figure out what else I'm going to put on there to make it more interesting. Rewards or stuff for participating. I don't usually talk about it very much, but I figure I should at least mention it once a year because I feel uncomfortable about mentioning it because I feel like I'm asking for money even though I'm not. I just made it. It exists. Yeah. Sometimes I think I should just make a Patreon because that's more straightforward. Buy Me a Coffee is a little strange, but I like it because, you take some, you ask for a ride from a friend or something, and you offer to buy gas. Growing up, for me, it was buy you a coffee because, like, anytime, high school me had to go to work, the only requirement from my dad was just get me a French vanilla, and so I would buy him a coffee. So when I heard about Buy Me a Coffee, I'm like, this is my childhood. Okay, cool. So links are down below for that, as I try to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I was thinking about putting some short stories up there for supporters. Thank you so much for watching. I loves all of your faces. Oh, I am also streaming over on Writer and Sophie's channel Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 8 p.m. How many times am I going to try to end this video? But we'll be over there. Links are going to be down below to that. It's going to be fun. It's my second stream. Last stream was the Hunger Games stream with Violet over at the Nostalgia Book Club. Anna's a lovely, lovely, lovely person. She is a lot of fun, and but links are going to be down below for that. So until next time, I love and appreciate every single one of you. Thank you, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.